Hello and welcome to yet another interesting time in data processing class. My name is Blaze Ella, and in this lesson we will be looking at the topic computer maintenance under the theme tools for processing information. In this lesson, the part of computer maintenance we will focus on is on the cleaning of computer hardware components. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to do the following. First, you should be able to explain computer maintenance, and then you should be able to describe how to carry out basic computer maintenance procedures. I'm sure you will agree with me that computers are very useful devices. When last you used the computer, what did you use it for? To type an assignment, to play video games, to chat, several tasks, right? But then, if computers are not well taken care of, they go bad quickly and they become inefficient. For instance, when your computer is dusty, first, it makes the computer look very messy, and then it can cause certain computer hardware components to go bad. So you see, it is important that we take care of our computer by observing proper computer maintenance practices. Computer maintenance is the practice of ensuring that the computer is in a good state. And because computers are made up of hardware and software components, it is important that these computer maintenance practices are carried out on both computer hardware and computer software. However, in this lesson, our focus will be on computer hardware components. And so, there are several computer maintenance practices that can be done on a computer. Some of these maintenance practices include cleaning, charging of the computer, especially with laptops, making repairs, replacing faulty computer components, keeping harmful objects away from the computer. Some harmful objects are magnets, liquid, and food. Other maintenance practices include installing, uninstalling, and updating software, and then observing computer ethics and security measures, and several others. As earlier mentioned, dust makes our computers look messy and damages some computer components. It therefore means that our computers require regular cleaning. Just like when we need to clean our houses, we make use of certain equipment. The same applies to the cleaning of computers. But unlike the equipment we use to clean our houses, the equipment used for cleaning computers are quite different. So let's look at these equipment. So we have handheld vacuum cleaners. Handheld vacuum cleaners are not as strong as the regular vacuum cleaners, so that they don't suck in certain computer components while we use them. Another equipment is the brush, a handheld brush. We also have isopropyl alcohol, also known as methylated spirits. We also have lint-free clothes. Lint refers to those thread-like particles that fall off clothes. But for your computer, you need a cloth that is lint-free. For example, the small piece of clothes that come with eyeglasses, the one you use to clean the lens of a glass, they don't have particles. They don't leave particles when you rub them on your glasses. So that's an example of a lint-free cloth. Some computers come with them, so you can easily use them to clean your computers. Another equipment is your cutting board, and then we also have compressed air. So let's proceed by looking at different computer hardware components and how we can use these different equipment to clean them. Remember, the computer hardware refers to the parts of the computer that we can see and touch. For example, we have the mouse, the keyboard, the monitor, system unit, printers, scanners, and so on. And so we're going to look at how we can use those different equipments to clean these different computer hardware components. Beginning with the mouse, which is this handheld device. What do? Safety first. So you need to disconnect the mouse from the computer. And then you use a lint-free cloth, which is also called a microfiber cloth, to clean the surface of the mouse, as can be seen here. Gently, do not press it. And then for trackball mouse, if you look around this part of the mouse, you see a direction that will help you remove this lid. Once the lid is taken off, you can remove the ball and then gently wipe the ball with a lint-free cloth while you take a cotton bud to clean the interior part of the mouse. And then for the optical mouse, which does not have the trackball, simply use a cotton bud to clean the interior part of the mouse. Mind you, dip the cotton bud in isopropyl alcohol. Let it just be damp. It shouldn't be dripping with the alcohol. Just dampen it a little and use it to clean the mouse for both the optical mouse and the trackball mouse. Next, let's look at how we can clean our keyboard. Just like the mouse, you must observe safety first by disconnecting the keyboard from the computer. Then, use a handheld vacuum cleaner to suck out dust from the keyboard, just like this. You can also use cotton bud to remove dirt between the keys. A light brush and lint-free cloth can also be used to wipe dust and dirt. For the monitor, you need to observe safety by disconnecting the monitor from power, and then use a lint-free cloth that is dampened with isopropyl alcohol to clean the external part of the monitor. Remember, try not to use the same cloth to clean the screen and the external part of the monitor, except you clean the screen first before the body of the monitor. Let's move on to the next computer hardware, which is the system unit. For the system unit, you must also observe safety by disconnecting the system unit from power. And because the system unit has several components, other than cleaning just the surface, you need to open it up and clean the interior part as well. For the surface, you use a lint-free cloth that is dampened with isopropyl alcohol to clean the external part of the system unit. For the DVD drive, simply use cotton bud that is lightly dampened with isopropyl alcohol to clean around the DVD drive. And then open up the system unit. There are so many components inside of it. You have the RAM, you have the heatsink, fan, and several other components. So you can use a brush to gently clean it. For the RAM, use isopropyl alcohol and lint-free cloth. For the heatsink, use compressed air. You can also use the compressed air to clean every other component found inside the system unit. You can also use the handheld vacuum cleaner to carefully remove dust from inside. It is important to note that while cleaning the fan, because you're blowing in air, the fan will end up rotating and that can spoil it. So you can put an obstruction like a pen to hold down the blades while you blow air into the fan. And so here are some ways of cleaning the different components of our computer. At this point, we've come to the end of this lesson, but before we leave, let's have a quick summary. First, we learned that computers are very useful electronic devices and as such must be properly maintained. We also learned that computer maintenance is the practice of ensuring that the computer is in a good state. Cleaning of computer hardware components to remove dust and other forms of dirt is important. Next, we learned that some items used for cleaning computer hardware components include isopropyl alcohol, compressed air, handheld vacuum cleaner, brush, lint-free cloth, and cotton board. And finally, we learned that it is important to always unplug computer components from power before cleaning them. At this point, let's try out some exercises. Question 1. Which of the following should not be used in cleaning a computer screen? A. Isopropyl alcohol. B. Towel. C. Lint-free clothes. D. None of the above. And the correct answer is B. Towel should not be used to clean your screen because it can leave scratches and lint. Let's try out one more. Which of the following should be used to clean a RAM? Here are the options. A. Handheld vacuum cleaner. B. Compressed air. C. Isopropyl alcohol. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. Isopropyl alcohol. Having gone through this lesson, I'm sure you can now properly clean the different components of your computer. Till we meet in our next lesson. Bye-bye.